Welcome to the CIO Success Series, Part 1, Foundation, from FocalPoint Business Coaching of Northern California. My name is Peter Irish. I'm the president of FocalPoint Business Coaching of Northern California, and along with several colleagues, we'll be presenting this series. Perhaps you've noticed the significant changes in the strategic decisions you've needed to make over the last year. Much of your previous experience has not necessarily prepared you for these and potential future decisions you'll need to make. The characteristics of the mysterious breed of character that was a CIO are radically changing. Since the technologies are changing rapidly, the CIO needs to adapt and change even more quickly. Here we use the term CIO in its broadest sense for anyone who is fundamentally responsible for a company's IT strategy, spend, and operations. We will break this discussion down into these specific areas so as to highlight key issues and opportunities in an organized fashion. In the course of our sessions, we will refer to several major CIO studies in 2015 and 2016, simply as Study 1, Study 2, etc. Please note the short references below and see our website for more details. By way of introduction, let's remember that several decades ago the category of CIO did not even exist. We had data room managers, IT directors, and many other titles, but only in recent times has IT reached the C-level. And it appears from several of the studies that in many companies the impact of the CIO is still far from where it should be given the importance of information technology for business. That is partly because some CIOs engage actively in driving strategy, while others see themselves or are seen as being operational support. Not surprisingly, job satisfaction among CIOs varies enormously and in direct correspondence with the nature of their roles. Compensation is also an issue, with the more strategic variety of CIO being far better remunerated. You might want to ask yourself a few questions at this point. For example, where do you currently focus? Are you more strategic and long-term, or are you more operational, focused on performance and cost management? Do you find this focus professionally rewarding? Where does your function report organizationally, and where should it report? Does your overall organization appreciate and respect your function as an enabler, or are you seen more as a roadblock? Study 1 cites three fundamental categories of CIO: strategic, transformational, and operational. To clarify, strategic CIOs are involved in defining or helping to define strategy. Some 71% regard their jobs as rewarding, whereas only 47% of operational CIOs feel the same. The operational CIOs also admit to being seen as obstacles and even used as scapegoats by some of their colleagues to a significantly higher degree than their strategic or transformational colleagues. The same study confirms that 46% of respondents report functionally to the CEO and that the average tenure in the CIO job is fairly stable at 6.5 years. Study 1 continues by highlighting the income differential between strategic CIOs with an average pay package of $277,000 versus their operational colleagues at about $100,000. Study 2, the largest quantitatively, lays out the overall business priorities for CIOs. 48% said that performance was most important, 45% cost, 45% customers, 45% innovation, and 44% growth. There are, of course, many nuances in the data relating to industry and size of business, which we will delve into in future sessions. Well, let's pause again. Ask yourself now how effective you are and your organization. In which initiatives are you particularly effective, and in which are you clearly in need of improvement? Evidently, as CIO, you will be involved in effecting change. How successful are you and your team in this area? How well do you work with your company's C-suite and functional managers in sales, marketing, human resources, finance, and controlling? Now let's compare your opinion to how other CIOs see themselves. Surprisingly, CIOs in general see themselves as relatively ineffective, according to Study 3. Only 43% said they were effective or very effective in managing IT and infrastructure, 26% in governing IT performance, and the low point was only 18% saw themselves as effective or very effective in introducing new technologies faster and more effectively than competitors. Fortunately, CIOs are not generally a vain bunch. It appears that they do see a number of areas where their skill sets and the skill sets of their organizations clearly need to improve. We will expand on this in future sessions. However, the largest gaps cited in Study 2 include the ability to influence internal stakeholders, attracting, retaining, and motivating talent, and technology vision and leadership. It is both very exciting and somewhat scary how quickly the IT landscape is evolving, with the huge potential for digital income streams now beckoning while the rapid scaling of cloud solutions turns the industry on its head. As Gartner puts it, the simple fact is this: the emergence of cloud has fundamentally changed the role of the CIO, obsoleting job descriptions, altering organization structures, and changing the benchmarks of success. If you already are a CIO, or would like to be, at this point you may be asking yourself some questions, such as, how is my functional performance perceived in my company? How can I get sufficiently out from under my operational tasks to be more strategic? How can I be more influential and a better leader? These are good questions. Please join us in our next session as we explore the complex world our CIOs inhabit, what challenges they face, and what solutions may be at hand. This is Peter Irish from FocalPoint Business Coaching of Northern California saying thank you very much for participating today. If you would like to register for our free webinar at www.norcalbusinesscoaching.com, please do so. Sign up and join two of my colleagues and myself as we explore the challenges our CIOs face. Our next webinar will focus in particular on performance and cost with Gary Albitz, a long-term CIO in Silicon Valley, and Jaime Martinez, the CEO of TechLeap. Join us by signing up today.